Good morning, all of you in Business Studies 11th class. We are on chapter 1 still, and today's topic is History of Trade and Commerce. See, this is new added topic that is not available in NCERT or in few books, but you can take help of CBSE side, you can take help of internet, you can take help of others, or you can note down the notes which I am giving to you. So, see history of trade and commerce. First of all, we are going to start history of trade and commerce in ancient time. See, India was the main country in the economic world in ancient time. You know, India was known as Golden Bird. India played a vital role in ancient trade and commerce. So economic world and major part in ancient times. See, commercial cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were some examples for the business development of ancient India. So for trade history, you should learn and keep in mind two countries that are Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. See, those were commercial cities. Commercial cities means like at present you can say Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Surat, all are commercial cities. Yes, same in ancient time. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the commercial cities. Then one important thing for you, those Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the commercial cities for India. But what about world? See, these civilizations had established commercial connection with Mesopotamia. And they traded in gold, silver, copper, gemstone, beads, pearls, seashells. At present, the condition of India is not good in international trade because nowadays we are exporting only spices, jute, sugar cane, less value goods. But in ancient time, my dear children, in the olden days, in the previous history, we have to say, proudly we can say that India was the major country and they have connection with all part of the world. But the main country was Mesopotamia, and now Mesopotamian civilization was very famous in ancient time. And present day, you don't know about Mesopotamia? Okay, present day, Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Syria, these all are the countries which were known as Mesopotamian civilization. In earlier time, my dear children, there were different types of coins and weighing practices during that time. See, in ancient India, every king has their own coins. They make the coins earlier that were in the gold, then in silver, and then precious metal was there. And every time the weighing system is changing according to the technology. Yes, earlier in olden days, that was the different method. But nowadays we have different methods of weighing. Even the currency is changed. In the previous days, that was gold, silver currency, then metallic currency, then yes, paper currency, plastic currency. And nowadays, plastic currency means ATM card, credit card, debit card. And nowadays, digital currency. You all know Paytm and all other. These are the digital currency. So that is changing day by day. Now I am telling you about, give the heading, indigenous banking system. See, as economic life progressed, metallic money had been introduced, which in turn accelerated the economic activities. Wait, I am telling you, in the olden days, that system of money was barter system because no money was there. Barter system means what? You have learned in previous classes. Barter system means CC economy. What is the meaning of CC economy? Commodity to commodity exchange economy. That was known as barter system. Yes, commodity to commodity exchange economy means in the previous days, yes, people use things in exchange of another things. They can give the things which they have in surplus and they can take back the things which they want. That was known as barter system. But as technology advanced, as our wants increased, nowadays barter system is not possible because we are using money. Money replaced the barter system. How? Now we can sell the things, take money, and with the help of money, we can buy the things, whatever we want, my dear children. So economic life progress. Metallic money had been introduced in place of barter system, which in turn accelerated the economic activities. Yes, nowadays economic activities are easily, smoothly possible with the help of money. But in previous days, in ancient India, some documents are there, which are known as hundi, chitti, were in use for carrying out transactions in which money passed from hand to hand. Nowadays also there are these hundi and chitti in business world, but the name change, like bills of exchange, promissory note, accommodation bills. I'll teach you about in the further next chapters that will be there. So some documents are there, hundi and chitti. Now what is hundi? This is, see, this is the document of 1951. Hundi is an instrument of exchange. It involved a contract which warrant the payment of money, the promise or order which is unconditional, of capable of change through transfer by valid negotiation. See, promise. Just now I told you now that term change, that is promissory note. Payment of money, bills of exchange, bills receivable and bills payable. So these terms are changed nowadays. These are the ancient terms. In Hindi, that is known as hundi. But in English, the terms are changed. See, you can see the format of hundi. It is an instrument of exchange. It involves contract which warrant the payment of money, promise to pay the money or order to pay the money, but it should be unconditional. What is the meaning of unconditional? Means the payment will not have any condition, like you will do that, then I will pay you. These will not be the conditions there. It is unconditional, signed by the person who wants the money. He will keep this amount for future proof. Then indigenous banking system played a prominent role in lending money. Yes, lending money and financing domestic and foreign trade with currency and letter of credit. With the development of banking system, people begin to deposit precious metals with lending individual functions as bankers or sets. Yes, see, you in previous classes you have learned about those persons, jamidars, sahukars, moneylenders, rich people of the village, jamidars and all. So they were also known as sets in previous time. But nowadays, with the awareness, with the strict government rules, with the technological, with the education system advancement, people are now depositing their surplus money in the banks. Commercial banks are there which are under the control of RBI. Earlier that were not under the control, like states, some jamidars, saukars. Now people begin to deposit their money with the banks and getting interest. See the hundis. I'll tell you. Dhani Jog, Darshni Hundi, payable to any person by showing it. Shah Jog, payable to a specific person. Farman Jog. Farman Jog means payable on order only. So this is the term, that is Darshni means by showing, Muddati means at the fixed time period. Muddat. Then rise of intermediaries. You will know who are the intermediaries, I will tell you. Do you know? Intermediaries means the middleman or the link. See, the producers produce goods, consumer consumes the goods. Okay. Who are the link? Who are the intermediary in between? Intermediaries played an important role in the promotion of trade. I'll tell you the example of intermediaries. Wholesalers. In the chapter 1, I tell you, na, trade, wholesalers, retailers, brokers, agents, all are work as a mediator. Mediator between producer and consumers. Then in ancient India, transport, see the slide, transports, land transport were popular in ancient India. No airways. And water transport were also there, but generally no railways also there. So roads are there as a means of transportation. Then transportation. Maritime trade was another important branch of global trade network. Mujeres, ancient harbors in Malabar coast, near to the present day Kochi. The Malabar coast is near to the Kochi. Has a long history of international maritime trade. Then Calicut was also an important market for Chinese. Do you know? Calicut means Kerala was also an important market for Chinese to acquire items like vaccines, pepper, black gold, pearls, cotton, etc. And then Pulicat on Coromandel coast, Tamil Nadu, was a major port in the 17th century. So textile were the principal export item from Pulicat. Textiles, silk cloth, silk items, all were exported from Pulicat. Pulicat means the Coromandel coast. And in the previous geography classes you have learned that is in Tamil Nadu. That is in Tamil Nadu. Then merchant corporations also there. Guilds. Yes, formed to protect the interest of traders. Do you know about in class 9th and 10th you have studied about SHG? Self-help groups. These type of corporations earlier also in ancient India also there, that was known as guilds. Guilds. Guilds is the cooperative society or the autonomous corporations formed to protect the interest of the traders. They organized, nowadays that is known as cooperative society. They frame their own rules, they conduct their business on own rules and own terms and conditions. Then they directly deal, the chief directly dealt with the king and tax collection to be submitted as a fixed sum of money. So the who is the superior of all the business, that they contact directly to the king to submit tax. In previous days, that was known as Lagan for farmers. So for businessmen, that is known as market tolls. So today we completed that history part. Today I am going to tell you what we have. I explained you. See, history of Indian trade and commerce. Two main cities were there, that is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, and they were from the India. And then after that, I tell you about Mesopotamia connections. Mesopotamian civilization, also rich. They also deal in gold, silver, and copper. Then next, every king has its own coins, own weighing system. That is changing. According to technology, the weighing system also changing. And these coins, earlier precious metals coins, gold, silver, then metallic. After metallic, paper currency. After paper currency, that is bank currency like check and bank. Then plastic currency, debit card, credit card, ATM. Now the digital currency. Okay, digital currency means the currency which is in your wallet, online payments. Yes. See, metallic money introduced in place of barter system, and the documents used like hundi and chitti for transfer of money from one person to another. Hundi was the instrument which gives the promise or order, which is unconditional, and the transfer of money is easily possible. And then now people begin to deposit their money in the banks, but earlier that was not possible. Now hundi is practiced by Indian merchant communities. At present also, in traditional business, they were using hundis, but the names change, like bills of exchange, promissory note, accommodation bills. But Dhani Jog, Shah Jog, Farman Jog, these are the names of Darshani Hundi. Darshani means by showing. Dekhanar also there one. Then Darshani Hundi means payable to any person. Shah Jog means payable to a specific person. Farman Jog means payable on order. Then Dekhanar means payable to the present date. Then Muddati Hundi. Muddati means there is some specific time period. Muddat, time period, pre-decided. And that the payment will be after that time period only. Darshni means by showing, immediate. And Muddati means at maturity date. So that is also the 3 times, but after maturity date. Then intermediaries means wholesalers, retailers emerged. Then transportation modes were also there, but that was outdated, obsolete way of transportation. Then transportation generally for international transportation, sea routes are used. And in India, Malabar coast was there, and then last Coromandel coast was also there. Then guild form. Guild means SHG, self-help groups. Then these are the history part I explain you. And if you have any doubt, you can ask, or you can take the help of internet. What is the history of trade and commerce? If you are a student of commerce, you should know what is the Indian history, what is our background, how we developed in present scenario.